Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. My name is RANITA and I love getting into makeup related content. Today I'm getting into the terramoons collection, that would be the Cosmic Fairy Lights collection that has a total of 14 beautiful shades. I will be swatching each of these products onto my lids with you in this video. I've already got product shots and swatches in multiple types of lighting to give you an idea of what the shades look like. Now I have included shots also with a filter. There's also non-filter shots. The filters tend to pick up a few colors that you don't always see from the normal camera, or it can intensify them a little bit. So I just want to let you know that, I'm doing that to kind of show you all of the shifts, just so that you know how each shade works. So you're going to get both filter and no filter, and it will be there. I'll have labels on every single thing. So without further ado, I want to start by just showing you what all of these look like together, and then we're going to be starting off with the shades. Now, if you want to jump to a specific shade, be sure to use the chapters. I will be giving you my thoughts on every shade as we go along. There's not going to be a recap in this video. So if you are interested in something, you need to use those chapters to know exactly all about that shade, okay? So I'm not going to include tutorials in this one because it's going to be a lot of wear and tear for my eyes. We're just going to be doing those swatches, and I'm not going to be using a base. I am going to be using castor oil to protect my eyes each time. That's about it. Before we begin, I just want to mention that if you want to pick up these shades, I do have a code. It's a non-affiliate one. It is RANITA, and it will get you a little bit of a discount. So be sure to use that if you're planning to get any of these gorgeous shades. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so I've moved you in a little bit closer just so that you get to see the shades a little bit better. I'm going in with the very first shade. Now this is going to be Verdant Valley. This is what Verdant Valley looks like on my finger. I'm going to have the mirror up so that we can see the shifts, but for now I'm going to stamp that into my lids on one side, and we're also going to do the other side with a different color. But yeah, you can see this. As soon as I saw this shade, I was thinking, wow, I absolutely love this, and I would love to have this shade and to use this shade. It is so magical and so creamy. It really, really is. The quality of terramoons is really unmatched. So you can see what that looks like. I think that looks incredible. I'm just going to get a brush and bring that down. But yeah, this is without a base. It looks so good. Just look at that. Incredible. Really, really beautiful. Let's get the mirror. You can definitely see a shift coming through there. You can see like blues, purples. Right, so the best way that I can describe this is it's not a flaky formula. It's actually very creamy, very easy to spread, very sparkly, and it kind of has this interesting translucent thing, because when I'm doing that, it kind of changes. You can see like that base color coming through. So I actually put a light there just so that you can kind of see the shift happening. I can definitely see something purple and blue showing up on my lids as I turn my eyes like this. I do like the shade. I think it's really beautiful. It's very, very vibrant, and it's got a creamy consistency, and it's got a very gentle shift. I think one of the closest comparisons that I could do for this is from Sinful Echoes, and I will show you that comparison as we go along. I don't think I have anything from Terramoons that actually looks like this. Alright, so we're going to start by comparing Verdant Valley, which is over here. The shade above this is Counting the Cosmos, and then down here you've got Pluto. This is Retrograde, Ionic Bond from their previous collection, and then these two over here are from Sinful Echoes. This one is Oracle and this is Lapis, and you can just see, you know, the difference in all of these shades. I think that Oracle kind of does have a slightly similar tone to Verdant Valley, but they're still not exactly the same shade, so these are pretty new to my collection. Alright, the next shade that I'm going in for is Rogue Planet. Now this is what Rogue Planet looks like. It looks like a completely different blue just now, like from when I picked it up. It's a very fascinating shade. Definitely has a lot of shifts to it. Let's put this on here. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Such a beautiful color. I don't have this in my collection. It's definitely, like initially I was thinking maybe I have this, but now I'm looking at it and I feel like it's a very, very different blue. And see that? It's definitely got that purple thing going on. And I'm just gonna grab the, it's a really beautiful shade. I love these two shades back and forth so that you can kind of see the shift. I'm sure that you'll be seeing purple, a different blue over there, a very pretty sea kind of green. It really depends, and honestly it's best to look at shades like this in darker lighting because that's when the shifts become very, very prominent. But I do like the formula of this. I think it's really beautiful. Probably one of my favorite shades from the collection. Is just so magical, and as you know me, I love cool tones. So with this shade, I'm seeing greens, blues, purples. It's just such a gorgeous, cool toned, jewel toned shade. It's beautiful, absolutely one of my favorites. And the formula is very similar to Verdant Valley, so it's, you know, just very smooth and sparkly. So we have Rogue Planet over here, and then after that we've got Cloudstorm, Orion's Belt, Celestial, Otherworldly, Ursa Major, Abyss. We have Orion's Odyssey here, Vampire Star, and then Gemini right over here. I included Gemini because it does have a blue base. If I take my arm down like this, you can see that. So I was wondering how that would actually compare to Rogue Planet, which is all the way up here. But you can see that Rogue Planet is actually a very different shade from practically everything else in the collection of Terramoon shades. So yeah, I'm just showing this to you. You can see all of the different shifts here and what these beautiful colors look like. Okay, so now we're going in with Sunflower Galaxy. You know, Sunflower Galaxy looks like this. It has a more textured, you know, formula than the other two shades that we just tried, but it is very smooth. So I'm just gonna put it here. Oh, this is for the yellow lovers. Just check that out. You know, I really feel like shades look so different on the arm and they perform so differently on your actual eye, and that's why I like doing these eye swatches, because sometimes when you see it on the arm, it really doesn't work that way on your eyes. So this shade has a yellow base that's very obvious, and then it's got a green, a really, really beautiful green that you can definitely see. I've got the light here, so like when I turn, you should be able to see that shift happening. I think it looks fantastic, and like I said, it is more textured, so if I come in close here, you will see the texture reflected on my eye. Okay, so I'm seeing pink, yellow, white, green, obviously. So many pretty shifts here. This is a very, very nice shift. So here we have Sunflower Galaxy, and I'm comparing it to Light Particle, Castor, Rainbow Prism and Snow Globe. I think that the closest comparison would probably be Rainbow Prism, except Rainbow Prism has a lot more shifts, as you can probably see already in this video when I'm moving my hand. Just a few similar shades, and I think the other main difference is that Sunflower Galaxy has a yellow base. Like when I'm making my hand like this, you can see it. Rainbow Prism does not. The next shade that I'm going in for is this one over here, that is Magellenic Cloud. This is what that shade looks like. It is so pretty. Oh, I'm seeing like red in my camera. Are you seeing that too? I'm seeing red, pinks, purples. This is a magical shade. Yep, really, really like this one. I also see green, so it's a very, very nice one. So you should be able to see some form of shift happening because I do have lights on either side of me. So here you can see more shifts. So you can definitely see all those shifts coming through. Now this formula definitely feels a little different from the first one, from the first two, and from the third one. It's somehow not as sparkly. Like at least like you can see the difference, right? Like this is really, really shiny. This one's not, but it still has some pretty incredible shifts coming through. I think it really depends on, you know, how you're using this, and also keep in mind that if you're using a base, your shade is definitely going to be a lot more sparkly. It's going to last for a longer period of time. So yeah, there you can see more shifts coming through there as well. I do like this one. I think it's very, very beautiful. Alright, so here we've got Magellenic Cloud, and next to that we have Cloud Rider, which looks very similar if you're actually looking at these two side by side. You can see slight differences in the shift there. This is more red, this is more orange. In the camera, yeah, it's definitely looking very, very similar. This actually has, yeah, you can definitely see more of that red coming out here as well. And this is Gemini over here, which I put in because it's got a light blue base. When I'm doing that, you can see they all have blue bases. So you can see the bases here are also very different. And this over here is Cloud Storm. So I'm just gonna move my hand again for you to see. I think the greens are also different here. This is a bit brighter, this one is deeper. The next shade that I have for you is Stellar Evolution. This is what Stellar Evolution looks like. It has a little bit of a pink tint that I can see when I'm looking at it like this. And I'm going to now press this in. It's very, very beautiful, extremely shiny. And definitely like one of those cool toned golds that you see. And it's got a bit of yellow. You can also see a beautiful green coming through. It definitely reminds you of magic and fairies. So Terramoons has really slayed with this collection. They have done so well. I'm really enjoying myself looking at all of this. And yeah, you can see the shift right there because of how I've set my lights up. Let me just grab the mirror. Yeah, you can see this. You can see those, right? The shifts happening over there. Absolutely stunning. Really, really beautiful. So again, very shiny texture, very, very beautiful, easy to apply. As you can see, you're not going to have a problem with this or anything like that. And very sparkly. Yeah, excellent. Next, I have Twilight for you. This is Twilight. It's got a more gold tint in comparison to the previous shade, which is Stellar Evolution. So I'm going to just take Twilight and put it here. Let's just put that there. There we go. And again, I made a wonderful mess on my eyes. I don't know why I'm able to do it better on this side and not on that side. But anyway, yeah, you can see that. It's so sparkly. Such a gorgeous gold. I don't think I have this shade in my collection. I have a lot of cool tone golds. I just don't think that I have this specific one. Now this one also does have a shift. So you should be able to see green coming through there. So it really depends on your lighting setup. Alright, so here we have a lot of shades to get through. I am doing a comparison of Stella Evolution over here and Twilight over here. So above that I have Shine by SD Glow Up. This is part of their Sparkle Lights collection, but as you can see it's very different. They don't look anything the same. Now I'm just gonna tell you the other shades. This is Nebula, Whisper, Luna, Amoris Rays, Solar, Moonwater, Solarium, Callisto. This is another Shine by SD shade, Incandescent. This one is Shine by SD Glow. This is Haze of the Moon. And then we have Autumn Sunset here. So these two are highlighters. I just thought that I would put everything similar together so that you could kind of get a look at it. I don't think that this is a very, like these two shades here, which is Stella Evolution and Twilight. I'm not really seeing a ton of similarities with all these other shades. They look pretty different to me. I think maybe that one right over here may have a little bit. That would be, I think Callisto. Yeah, Callisto is here. I think that was the closest one to Twilight. But the thing is that Callisto doesn't really have any strong shifts. Like I feel like Twilight here has kind of like a bronze and then it goes to this lighter green, which you can see over here. So I think that that's probably the main difference. You definitely have better shifts coming through with the newer shades. That's Stella Evolution and Twilight. So I actually kind of do like both of these, and I think that they're very unique. Now I'm going in with Full Moon. This is what Full Moon looks like. It's very pretty, and we're gonna just stamp it. A very, very smooth formula, easy to get onto the lid. You can see a green coming through already. It's kind of like this interesting green gray metallic kind of thing going on. It's quite fascinating, and it's not I think I can compare that to the Magellenic cloud formula. It's very similar to that. It's not super sparkly, but you definitely can see that shine coming through. Okay, so now we're going to be comparing this over here, which is Full Moon. I went in with Winter Star, Moonlit Mystique, and then Half Moon over here. So I don't know, I honestly wasn't sure which shades were really going to match, and I don't think any of these are similar now, like in comparison to everything. And then you can see all of these shades here, and I don't really feel like anything really looks kind of similar to that one. It feels very different. I think maybe this one over here, but even that one doesn't really have the shifts that, you know, Full Moon has. Next we have Star-Crossed. Now this is Star-Crossed. It's a very nice pink. Kind of reminds me of a very fruity kind of shade. I don't know. And you can see how that looks like. It's so pretty, so shiny. I love this shade, I really do. It's got this interesting like green shine. So it's got a pink base, and then you can see that gorgeous green coming through, which is so nice to see. I really like pink shades, and I was actually feeling like I need to have a bit more pink in my life, and you know, this collection came out, so I'm really happy with the way it looks. So you can see this green, orange, yellow, so many different colors coming through over here, and it's really nice to actually see this shade. I don't think that I have a pink like this in my collection either. So you can see Star-Crossed, it's a warm pink base, and it's got a cold green, and then you've got that kind of limey yellow coming through with orange, green as well coming through. It's just so beautiful. You're going to love this one. This is Pisces. This is Pisces on my finger. It is absolutely gorgeous. Even when I was swatching it, I was super excited about this one. It is just so pretty. It's very smooth, this texture. Like extremely smooth, very buttery, and then you can kind of buff it out and it kind of becomes like really shimmery when you do that. even just like this, I'm able to see that purple coming through with the green, but there's also like pink, a deeper purple that comes through. This is just a fantastic shade, one of the best in this collection. So far I'm loving this one, and then Verdant Valley and Rogue Planet the best. That was the very first two shades the best, because I just love jewel tones. They're just my favorite. So anything like that, and I'm going to be, you know, a fan of that. Now we're going in for Supercluster. This is Supercluster. Very, very pretty shade. Let's get it on. Got so much shine and sparkle. These pinks, like all these pinky toned shades, are absolutely gorgeous. I think that if you get them, you're going to be really, really happy. So Supercluster, as you can see over here, is not the same kind of formula as this one, Pisces. Pisces is very shiny. This one has the shift. You can definitely see that shift coming through there. But this one is a completely different. It's super smooth, like buttery smooth. This one is slightly less buttery. It's got a completely different formula. Here you should be able to see shifts. You can get like this peachy kind of orange coming through, and then you've got gold, kind of maybe more leaning towards a yellow. But this is a very, very beautiful shade as well. Right, I just want to mention that Supercluster does leave a bit of a stain, as you can see over here. It's left a bit of that base onto my eye. Callisto is this beautiful shade over here, and I'm just gonna press this in. Now the first thing I noticed about Callisto is actually that it has a very, very similar formula to Sunflower, what was it called? Galaxy. Yeah, the texture is very similar. It's a bit more of a flaky shade, also similar to Sunflower Galaxy. It's smooth but flaky. I don't know how to really explain it. It kind of is both. At least that's what I'm seeing from, you know, swatches as well as putting it onto my lids. Like, so it really comes out very smooth though. And I feel like it's the exact same thing for Sunflower Galaxy. They have this kind of flaky thing going on, and then you can actually put it on and just smoothen it out, and you know, this is what it ends up looking like. It has a slight kind of like greenish gold thing going on. These are very beautiful neutral shades that I feel like you could wear to like your office, because I see like a little bit of peach, a little bit of gold, and then a little bit of green coming through, and it's not super obvious. So if you wanted to wear this, you know, like to the office, I think it would be perfectly fine, because it's really just a little understated actually. Now we're coming in for another fun shade, Astrophel over here. Absolutely gorgeous, looks incredible, and it is so shiny and smooth. It's just a gorgeous shade. I think a lot of people are gonna love this one. I can see blue, green, pink coming through all at the same time, which is really, really cool. It just seems to be a pretty magical shade. Yeah, and you can definitely use these shades as like highlighters and stuff, because they look so bright and so beautiful. You can see that. You can see all the shifts, the colors coming through. It is so, so pretty. This is one of my favorite shades, hands down. Okay, so now we're going to be comparing quite a few shades from the new collection all together because I didn't really have a lot, I think, of peach shades from terramoons. So we have Callisto here, then Supercluster, Star-Crossed, and Astrophel. So these are from the current collection, and then that's Despina over here, also from the current collection, and I have some comparison shades down here. But let's just go through the ones here first. So I put Olympus Mons, then Blazing Sky. This is Solstice over here. Astral Projection, Despina again, like I mentioned. Sweet Atoms. This is from Adept Cosmetics. It's the Amy Loves collection, the Aries highlighter. I kind of thought that this would be similar to this, but you can see it's just, yeah, in no way is it similar. We have Stella Nursery over here. Halley's Comet, Lost in Space, Capricorn, Space Traveler, and then last but not least we have Moonlighter. I put that there because it had a pink base, so anything that had a pink base I was just plucking it from my collection to include it in this current comparison. So let me just move my hand like this and you should be able to kind of see what all of these shades are looking like. Now I did think that this shade over here, which is Astrophel, may be similar to these pinks, but as you can see it's a completely different kind of shade. It's got, you know, that green tint, and it definitely has like several shifts in color. These over here are much deeper and they have different shifts. They don't have that cold kind of green coming through like this one does, and then this one also is very different. It doesn't match any of the ones that I've actually shown you here on my arm. So I actually think that, again, these are all very unique shades. You can see all of these, yeah. So even Despina is a beautiful icy pink. I don't have that pink in my collection. Even from other brands, I don't think I have that shade. Now we come to Violet Sky. This is Violet Sky. It's really pretty. It's got this lavender kind of like pale purple base, and I'm pretty excited to actually put it here and see how this is gonna look. Also very, very beautiful sparkly shade. You can see the shift already. I can see greens, oranges, and yeah, you can definitely see that beautiful purple base coming through. It is so true to that Violet Sky name. I really like this shade. I think it's gorgeous. See that? So it has a smooth formula. I would say that it's kind of like Magellenic Cloud, and yeah, it has a similar formula to Full Moon as well. All of these are really beautiful though. I like the way that they feel on the eyes, and they look very sparkly and very pretty. I think that it's got gold and what looks like peach sparkles actually. Yeah, it's got like this pinky peach like flecks, you know, in the shade. But I do like that. I think it's very, very pretty. Alright, so now we're coming into comparisons of Violet Sky over here and Pisces, which are actually very unique shades. I compared them to Stella Siren over here, Cassiopeia, then Wavelength, Sunset Embrace, Luna, Galactic Heart, Luna, Phantom Galaxy, UFO, Celestial Cloudscape, and Moontide. And you can see that all of these are really, really different shades. They look absolutely gorgeous. And you can see, you know, just how stunning these are. Like, I mean, honestly, the purples from Terramoons are absolutely incredible, but they're not similar. I think that even Violet Sky, I was wondering if it's kind of similar to these two over here. I think that would be Wavelength and Cassiopeia, but I don't really think that they are, because this has red sparkles. It's also got a green shift that kind of pops out. You can see it coming through there. It's a very slight green, and those two don't. They're more blue toned. It's a different yellow over there. Very, very different shades. And then Pisces over here kind of looks similar to some of the colors from these deeper tones, but when you actually turn your arm like this, it's a lot more sparkly, you know? Like, it has a very different texture to these shades over here. This over here is Despina. Despina looks like this. It's a very pretty pink, kind of like a baby pink, and I like the formula. Even when I was swatching it, it was very, very smooth and easy to get that color onto my eyes. I didn't really notice a ton of shifts from this shade, so I wonder if this is actually just a shimmer pink with a white base. I think it probably is, because I really didn't see a lot of shifts from this when I was swatching it. So it's a very nice shade though. It's very pretty, kind of powdery, isn't it? It has that kind of look. Despina comes across as having more of a white base, so it's a cool tone pink, but I really like it. The sky, as I already described to you, is really pretty, definitely got shifts. Similar kind of formula to several other shades in this collection. And then we also have this one over here, Despina. Despina is really pretty, kind of reminds me of some shades from the Amy Loves collection, because, you know, that was full of like very cool toned shades, and I kind of feel like the pink may have been a little similar from there. But I do like the color, and I think that it could even work as a blusher, because I've seen similar colors being, you know, used as blushers. So I think that this is very pretty. Yeah, these are some comparisons for the shade Despina, which is over here, just some final ones. So I actually went in with the highlighter collection. So this one over here is Omulthea. Then we've got Astral Allure. Next to that we have got a Crux, and Despina is the one right at the end, like I said. A Crux kind of looks a little similar, but I will say that it has a shift, as you can see, right? It's going into a different color, and also it's a highlighter shade, so, you know, this is like a much brighter, whiter based, I would say. You can see there's a difference. It's a warmer pink base, but it looks icy pink because of that white there. So these are all different shades again, and I'm just gonna bring my hand down so you can kind of look at everything again. Alrighty, so that is all 14 shades swatched for you on my eyes and on my arms, and you've seen close-ups, you've seen the shifts on my eyes and how they look and everything. So I just hope that all of this has been helpful for you. If there are any comparisons that you would like me to make, please drop them in the comments below. Remember that I do have a code with terramoons. This collection is coming out on the 24th of May, so there's going to be quite a lot of beautiful things releasing on the 24th. So, you know, you can get some discounts off if you're planning to buy a lot of stuff, and yeah, I'll have that on my screen. But thank you for joining me for this collection. It was fun going through everything, and I think for me, my favorite shades so far have been Pisces, and then Verdant Valley, like I said, Rogue Planet. Also love Sunflower Galaxy because it's so pretty. And for the more neutral shades, I kind of liked these over here. I've got like that one and this one. I thought, what were those? Those were Stellar Evolution and Twilight, were gorgeous. And the pinks, I absolutely loved that one. That is Star-Crossed. Pisces was amazing. I absolutely loved that one. And I loved Astrophel. That was stunning. Honestly, it's really hard to pick, like, you know, like through everything, but this is a beautiful collection. You're gonna see some really sparkly shades if you buy this. It's gorgeous. So if there's more information, I will put it up on the channel so that you get prices and everything. For right now, this is all I have, but stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll probably put it up in my posts, you know, my community posts when the prices come out. Remember, I am going to be reviewing a lot more releases that are coming out, so please stay tuned for that and subscribe if you're interested in knowing about those collections. I've got Sinful Echoes, I've got Electrum, and I've got a couple of other things heading my way. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.